doctors in it.
Hello,
So
this is welcome to the podcast. We were planning to put in Oliver in, but here's the thing: I don't think he's available for now. So, what I had in mind, hopefully, I need to use him for a second to turn off the camera. But basically, actually didn't. Okay, so I want to talk some bits, hopefully, and
that's a
yeah.
podcast.
So are you, Cameron?
Fine.
You good? All right.
But in a
So
podcast, you see, genuinely, you do kind of, talk.
yeah, so today we're just gonna talk about some things about we're not gonna say stuff which are too personal, all of that, just because it gets really uncomfortable. But
Mm.
I'll ask you a few
Unless people find it
questions.
comfortable.
Yeah, okay, and we'll ask you a few questions. We'll ask if you feel a bit uncomfortable, you can just I don't know, just. I was about to say leave for a second, but I just feel really bad saying that.
We
But
need the
yeah,
sponsors.
this video is sponsored by. So,
That would well.
okay, what to talk
Oh,
about?
God. Well, the only things that I can think of is the new Doctor Who stuff.
Really? Let's talk about
How?
that.
Enough. But no, I used to play Lego Dimensions all the time when I was a kid,
Yeah.
and I still do, but I have all of the sets, like
Oh,
the
that's cool.
TARDIS data, but turns out it's PS3 only,
Alright.
which is
Uh,
kind of ass.
so you have literally nearly all the collections of
Not
dimensions.
nearly, except for Newt Scamander of the the Harry Potter sequel thing. I've got all the other stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Um.
However, it did crash it.
Do you have any? Oh yeah. Here's the thing. Cameron is a good
Yes.
storyteller. As you don't know. Well, only for me. But basically, yeah. Do you have any stories,
I
Cameron, you
always
want to tell
carry that
us?
book.
Huh?
Uh, no.
You don't have
I
any?
always can't think of. Whenever I'm under pressure, I can't think of a story. It's
Oh,
very
okay.
scary for a person like myself.
Okay. Um. So yeah, he is a really good storyteller. Um.
Yes.
What else?
Why is the animated series on this? Okay, maybe we should have a third person on the podcast, just then we have an extra voice.
Yeah. This is it's not really much to say, but
This
hold
is
on.
my first ever podcast, trust me, man.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I can tell. So basically, um. Oh my goodness. We should have prepared before we actually did it, bro. I'm gonna say, except for having to
That's
state
the thing
it.
with podcasts, though. It's kind of bad when you pre-plan it. We could talk about something when we're on the same game as each other.
Oh yeah, yeah, we could. A lot of things happen. Wait, Cantaloupe SMP. Should we talk about that?
Is it
Alright.
still installed?
Pardon?
Oh, sweet.
So apparently on the
Uh, I
Cantaloupe
said, do you
SMP.
still have that thing installed?
Oh yeah, I still have it. I still have it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Should we
So
load into it?
basically, for what we're doing a podcast. Um, I remember when I was the leader, and then I fucked off, and basically, I impeached Kamryn from his role for many reasons, and then Sophie then became vice president to president, and then it died out since I wasn't there. So nothing much was going on. I wasn't
Well,
really
no,
joining the
here's what happened.
parties. Yeah.
Well, no, this is what happened. Once you left, Sophie took her position of power. She then, she then didn't join the world. Josh had it. He couldn't be asked, so then technically the SMP now.
I mean, I on
So it didn't
frequently.
work.
I mean, so try and join. Oh, one person. Um. We have the summer coming up, which is good. Summer, 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 but our exams are kicking us in. Um, we got all of
Yeah,
that.
they are getting a bit.
We've wait, Cameron,
Yeah.
what exams did you have? Like, what tests did you have for like the past few days this
Well,
week?
next week or just Jan.
Or do you have
Oh,
like
I
upcomings?
have. I mean, the ones I had before was math, English,
Hmm.
history, and a
Yeah.
bit of RE. So
Ah, okay. Um,
everything else. I'm actually doing well on them, to be honest.
oh, that's pretty good. That's good to hear. So you're feeling a bit more confident in the future of exams, or you're feeling still a bit
I
anxious?
mean, on in the calculator.
Oh, that's pretty good. Um,
Mm.
is it like a massive improvement from what you've done for the past few tests? Like big
Oh,
improvements?
absolutely.
Yeah. So you'll
It's a
be
massive
able,
improvement.
yeah. So you'll be able to like get on your boots and actually try and work
You know what I
again.
mean?
All right.
Mm.
That was some good. That's some good news. You also got other stuff such as hold on. Oh yeah, the Euros
When we
20. Got a lot of stuff. Um.
Oh no, if this invades technically the podcast, I'm still gonna say it. I'm saving up for Little Big Planet bundle, like the Doctor
Okay.
Who stuff in Little Big Planet.
Okay.
And I didn't tell Harry, but at the same time, I told him that I'm gonna get Far Cry.
Oh yeah, cause yeah, you were like saying something
And
about getting. Okay.
I said I will get it this year, but I didn't specify.
Oh.
But I am gonna get it this year. So the deal ends at the end of the month.
Hmm.
15 quid, and
15.
I don't
That's a good
have the
deal.
money, but I'm getting, and then I'm getting 40 quid. I think I'm at least getting about 40 quid, which is when I can afford the Little Big Planet stuff.
All right. Um. Also, want to let's also talk about other stuff. Have you ever had any? Can you remember any? You don't have to like share them, but have you any had any? Have you ever had any bizarre experiences in school or anything? You can just tell me. You could just tell only some, but you don't have to.
No, I don't really remember anything that was quite weird,
Okay.
especially when it came to the school.
Okay. Um. So
This isn't going as planned, is it?
actually, hold on.
Okay. Is anyone even on the podcast?
That's it's just us. I mean, you're the first
Ah,
guest, really. You're like the first guest on the
no, I
podcast.
mean like viewers. That's what I meant by.
Oh, there's only I don't. Okay, there's only one person like watching, but it's not me or it's not you probably.
No, it's not me. I
Yeah.
feel
Okay.
like it's Harry.
Mm.
That one as well. How come you're on the Share Factory?
Oh yeah, because I can like stream on Chef Factories and all of that. So yeah,
Hmm.
but I can't be able to put it full screen because there are many things you have to like record yourself, and it will be a massive bummer. So yeah.
Hmm.
Oh.
Too bad you can't still do anything with share players.
Mm. Oh yeah, you can't. Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Because you
So,
said we can't.
alright, okay, so since we are approaching summer, but also we are approaching year 10, what's in year 10, like, I think before that you'd be
That
able
one is.
to pick some subject. So, Cameron, what subjects do you pick?
You mean sets.
What?
I have picked. You mean the sets that we will be picking for next year, like aspirations. At least the qualifications for them. Qualifications. That's what I meant, qualifications.
Oh, no, I mean like
Um,
the subjects you have to choose.
yeah, I think those were I think those were called the qualifications for us.
Oh, okay. So what did you choose?
No, I've chosen. First one was pretty obvious, engineering, and the second one was business studies, and the third is computer science.
In each subject you picked, which one do you feel more confident about?
Engineering, because I
Engineering.
think it's a piece of cake.
Really? Yeah, engineering like does take a lot of manpower to do and all of that. So
Mm.
yeah. Um.
That and the club's actually quite helpful.
Uh huh. So you got your
So quite.
subjects and all of that. Um.
What are yours?
Mine are geography, uh, engineering, yes, and art. Now, it's just I think it's just normal art. It's not like fine art or anything. I don't think, but it's something to do with art.
No,
Cause
you have to pick a certain subject though.
yeah, I think it's fine art. Well,
Ah.
yeah. The thing I'm
Hmm.
mostly confident about is the um engineering. The geography will also be pretty good. So yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
That one
Um,
I find understandable though.
you also told us that when you want to be a cook, like you did tell us about that.
Yeah, I am still good at it.
Are you still practicing?
Hmm. Bit of if and if on that one.
Okay. Are you
Because
like a
my friend's fully picking it, like he's
mhm,
picking it no matter what for cooking.
okay?
So obviously I can't change his mind with it. And he
Okay.
knows that I wanted to be it, but he knows that now I wanna instead be an engineer.
Okay.
But he still knows that I do like cooking.
All
So
right.
yesterday when I went to his, what we decided to do was just, because what our parents sometimes do is,
Mm,
they they leave us some drinks, leave us the food,
yeah.
and then they just say, have fun, in a way.
Okay. All right.
And not sometimes they leave us a couple of cans of cider, because I like it.
You like it?
Anyway, so what we thought, so me and him were just cooking around, and then we invited some of our mates over. Actually, I invited quite a lot of people over, and he invited quite a lot of people over.
Mhm.
And then we just had a massive barbecue for a bit, and then we all had to go home because the parents came back.
Ah, okay.
And I should have invited you. Would have been a pain in the arse if I invited anyone else, like Harry or anyone, because that wouldn't end well.
Okay. Are you like a really confident cooker? Like you are.
Oh, I'm really good at it. I'm confident with it.
Do you think you're gonna like learn a lot more techniques in the future if you really want to be a cook, or are you just gonna be like a bit more standard?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, most of the time I just watch cookery shows just to pass the time when I'm bored,
Okay. Oh,
or I
that's
read a
nice.
cookbook.
That's good.
For some reason, I enjoy doing that. I don't know why I read cookbooks all the
No,
time.
it's perfectly fine. I mean, like I find it a bit more normal because when I was around, I mean 6 or 7, I always read a cookbook as well. So it is perfectly normal. Like there's no need to get strange about it. I mean,
Hmm,
I
fair
wouldn't really
point on
blame
that
you.
one.
Yeah. So you want to
Oh
be
god.
a cook. You also want to be in engineering. Do you know what specific type of engineering is like? Um,
Robotics.
robotics. Oh, all right.
The robotic engineering ones.
Yeah,
I think that'd be.
it does require also some sort of computery, but if you are making like models, I think that's one of them.
It also requires computer science,
Yeah, it does.
and I'm
Yeah.
picking computer science, so
hmm
it's a benefit for me.
The school did kind of specify about maths, because I wouldn't blame them, but it does involve some sort of maths. So
Yeah, well, luckily, I got pulled out of a lesson a while back, and then I got told that I'm attending all of my lessons, and instead of them being it, because what's going to happen is engineering's like two sets. Like remember in year seven when it was certain
three.
things were set
Yeah.
two and set one.
Yeah.
I'm getting set one
Oh, okay.
by the engineering.
That's good.
Computer science, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be 3 at the lowest.
Okay.
But for business studies, if I'm correct, they said also 3.
Mhm.
And I think the grades might not change. I think they might just stay the same.
Okay.
Cause I got at least a bit. They said I'm not gonna. No, I'm wrong. They said I'm not gonna be in
Yeah.
set 4 anymore, and I'm at least gonna be a set higher next year.
Alright, so you'll try and like build your grades up and still be able to get to a higher standard.
Yep.
So to anyone who's like watching this, or if you're not, well, here's my advice: if you are panicking, saying like, "Oh, I'm not good at maths," if you're in a lower set, don't worry, because even though you're in lower set, those topics will be as the same but less complicated. Now, for example, if you're in like a really lower set for maths, but you want to take computer science, you can. It's possible. It's possible to take computer science because they'll put you in lower set, but you can still build up your grade up to a higher set over
Hmm.
time in year 10. So don't worry if you're going to be really low sets for all of it, you won't be able to qualify. It is possible as long as you build up your grades by learning and all of that, try and do well in your tests because these things are really vital. And also, year 10 is a really, what do you call it, important year for
Oh
you to
shit.
be building up to
Oh
year
shit.
11.
Shit. 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 Shit.
Fuck.
Shit. Shit.
Shit. Okay, hold on. Right. Sorry, guys. I just see it because a friend has just a friend. Hold on. All right. Hold on. Sorry. A friend had to join. I don't want them to like bombard, so we're gonna have to make a new party. Sorry, guys. Give me a second. We have to put this. Here we go. There we go. All right. I'm back. Okay. Um. There we go. Hi, Cameron. The podcast is still on. Okay. Yeah, sorry guys. It was just one of our friends came on and we were worried that little bombard us because I was allowing only one person to be on the stream. So, oh yeah. So all right. Okay. Let's pass that on. So yeah. Where were we? Yeah. Yeah. 10. Like, don't worry. Just build up your grades and all of that. So yeah, that's my advice. Just build up your grades and that's all. Um. In future, Cameron, before you actually get a real, before you actually get like the job you wanted, what other job will you be able to pick? Because I don't think like having to take a straight job. Okay.
I could go for one in animating, because I actually am quite good at that.
Oh, an animator. Oh, that's pretty. That's a good creative role. Um, if you were to be like a game designer, what target genre are you going for? If you were to be a game
Uh,
designer.
I'm only good at technically like over 18 kind of stuff, because
Oh,
I'm not
okay.
really
So,
good with any other kind of stuff there.
all right. So like those like make those like gruesome games and all of that.
Yeah, sort of like that.
Okay. If you are doing really well with game designing or anything to do this, will you not be able to like apply other jobs, like the jobs you wanted when you planned it back in
Well,
year
if I apply
9?
for one job, doesn't mean that I can't get the other.
Oh, okay. So you won't have those jobs. So
Hmm.
okay. Other stuff going on. Um.
Hmm. Right. Anyway. anyway,
I'll have to check something.
got it.
Alright, I'll like tell you some favorites and all of that, just so we can keep this alive. So hold on. Oh yeah, during school, during school,
Mm.
basic. I think it was on Friday. I think in some tutor groups, I think every single tutor group they have a pick a mix, and these pick a mixes have a bucket now. The thing
We
is
don't
that
have.
this is depending on the Euro 2021. Now, because of this,
Oh
like people
god.
had to pick it out, and some people had to like kind of pair with others.
I
So
know it's
I've
everyone's controversial opinion, but just for the entire podcast, I really hate football.
that's fine. That's really fine. So uh, wait. So hold on, Cameron. During like the, have you ever got like the pick a mix thing in your tutor group, where you had to like pick out a team in your tutor?
We didn't have a choice.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I know that's the point of the pick a mix. Like you have to like roll it and then take it out. What team did you get?
I don't even remember.
Oh, okay. Do you know what
I
the
don't
colors
really.
are?
Nope.
No. Okay. That's perfect. I was just checking. Um, stories. If you were to like start a business, okay,
hmm
what will it be based on, and what are like the purposes of it?
I'd
If you were
make
to start
it
a business.
through. I'd make it through mechanical engineering and have it mainly be for the physical and mental health of others, and make the technology to help them physically and
Okay.
both mentally.
Right. How could you make your business much more successful, like other than having to um go through mental abuse and all of that?
Uh, that's the thing though. The only way to make my business like really, really successful is it's sort of like the old company brand, buy low, sell high. And another way to say that is you've got to be very popular. So then, whenever you sell something, you at least get a few people buying it, and then they'll tell their friends, and they'll
Okay.
convince you to buy it.
Okay. Um.
Mm.
Okay. So you're okay.
Just a new marketing scheme that always works.
All right. Since when you said like you're not really interested in football or anything,
Yep.
um, are you interested in any other sport?
Yes, I'm quite interested in both golfing,
Golf,
football. Not football, sorry. I meant American football there.
American football. Do you
'Cause I
like
quite like American
do
football.
you like support a team on American football, or is it just do you just like the sport?
I mainly follow Canada.
Canada. Okay.
Because Canada's it's won a couple of games in the last few years. Certainly
Okay.
got them somewhere in the book.
So you're interested in the American football?
Yeah, not the like British one.
Oh yeah, okay, all right. Um,
I'm just destroying
do you have some sort of specific taste of music?
this.
Like anything?
It sort of depends on what mood I'm in. With most people, actually, when whatever mood they're in, it determines what music they like.
Like, do you have a bit of a file of Frank Sinatra, for example?
Actually, I do really like Frank Sinatra.
I mean, he does give this good taste of music. Like, it's much more calm. Like the jazz, it's not too jazzy, but it's like much more of a good mood setting. So yeah. Um. Okay, so since we're approaching the summer, let's go back to this. Will be what were your Yeah. What are your plans? Like during the summer, like, are you gonna do something? Or
Well, if the rules are okay because of the new Indian coronavirus outbreak in Britain now.
oh yeah,
If you haven't seen that, look it up. But
I've seen it.
what I saw is the fact that loads of people are now getting the virus, and if by Monday things aren't safe, then we can't determine the summer. But if things are okay, me and my mates are all planning to go into Blackpool for a couple of weeks.
Oh, what are you gonna do in Blackpool? Just
That's since it'll be nice and warm, so we plan on going to the beaches, the roller coasters in Nickelodeon Land.
oh, that's nice.
There's a horror park, so we plan on going there.
Okay.
And my mother said I'll get 100 quid if I go and ride the Pepsi one, like that, the tallest ride in all of Northeast.
Oh, okay.
Actually, you know, tallest in Britain, which isn't scary in the slightest. Because I
Alright.
have a major fear of heights.
Oh, you do.
Mm,
I do as well, so you're not alone, really.
yeah.
Um, okay. Let's go and like rewind back in time. And what were your feelings when you came back to school and it's your first day of year nine? What were your first feelings on the first day?
To be honest, not I didn't really feel that much.
Okay.
I just thought I'm just gonna go to work and get this year over with,
All right.
and well, it's worked.
Comparing it to, if you can be able to compare it to the year eight first day or the year seven year first day, what were your initial
Well,
feelings?
in the year seven first day, I was scared, of course,
Oh
like
yeah,
anyone would be in the first day of school.
yeah. The first day was
And
secondary
then
school.
I thought it was a massive place. I didn't know anyone or anything there, and I thought it was the biggest place in the entire world.
Uh huh.
And I felt like the smallest thing in there.
Uh huh.
But then I realised as soon as I've been there for a year, in year eight, I immediately knew where to go and stuff.
Okay.
So then it was more of a breeze, and I didn't have to ask where every class is. And I wasn't
Alright.
late for that many because didn't remember that
Okay.
much anyway. So it wasn't really an issue for me.
How about year eight?
Year eight was fine. Don't see really a problem with it. It was only the only difference was I knew it a lot more. I didn't have an argument with anyone, so I just literally went straight home, just did all the work, and then got back to school.
Okay.
So I just like the system.
So in year seven you felt scared. Year eight you felt alright. Year nine, nothing has changed. So it's going well
Well,
for you.
nothing really feels bad because since I've been there for so long now, 2 years, I've gotten used to it now, so I don't really need to worry about anything.
Okay. So if you were to have a time machine, let's say, what time would you go back to if you were to have a time machine?
Pretty much when it was my first ever test.
Ah.
I just tell myself just from now on revise no matter what you do. Because obviously in year seven I didn't do well in my grades because of my own blatant stupidity. So I didn't focus as much and I didn't do the work properly.
Ah.
So instead I just goofed around and I didn't focus and year eight I faced the consequences. So
Ah.
that's when I realised I needed to toughen up and I didn't do it as much. However, in year nine, I now realise that this is the final year that I get to decide what grades I'm going to next year.
Thing is that when we were chatting with other friends, I'm not gonna but some people did actually doubt you about your school, like wearing your sets, because you did reveal you were in lower sets, like this year. Like I'm not trying to embarrass you or anything, but like it did.
I
Some
know,
people did,
I
yeah,
understand.
yeah. Some people did, like not embarrass you, but like try to take you down. But really, you are a strong man, Cameron. I mean, having to see you going through the food dates. Like I remember having our little talks, kind of going through other um, little places and all of that. It feels like that. Like this type of friendships never been. Uh, well,
Tampered with.
yeah. It's just we do sometimes do stuff which aren't really normal, but overall, like we are really good friends, and to be honest, I mean, I've bonded with you pretty well than Harry or Will, because Will is pretty distant from me, and Harry's just blatantly annoying. But he's still my friend, so I wouldn't really try and um, complain too
I
much.
understand.
Yeah. So, thing is, you have other friends, and do you feel much more happier with them?
Well, yes, because I've knew them since nursery.
Oh,
We
that's
didn't go to
great.
the same primary, but it didn't stop us from communicating.
Oh,
And at least
okay.
normally in every birthday, they'd always bring me a gift, so in return I'd bring them one.
Oh, that's sweet.
Pretty much all of us knew each other that long. We're just pretty much like brothers and sisters now.
Oh, that's great.
It doesn't stop us from all having a laugh though. But in return, none of us actually insult each other. And if we do, it's on pure blatant accident and we all apologise to each other afterwards.
Ah,
Even if it's the slightest thing, like a baby insult, we still apologise afterwards for what we did.
wow. You guys are
However, it's another story for our friends,
seems to be like
which I find quite stupid. Continue.
yeah, sorry about that. So
It's fine.
it looks like that your friendship's doing well and all of that. I'm a bit jealous of it. So before you actually kind of like were friends with us, like we had a lot of problems with our friendship. I'm not gonna specify too much, but we had like other people falling out, meeting other friends, and it kind of just brought us down. And it realizes of how I was able to compare myself to like with the friendship with Josh,
Mm.
Jack, and all of that. Like Jack was a bit of a problem, but he wasn't really. It wasn't really that severe when we had other people. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm also kind of like I'm also kind of happy that Jack was able to find someone who that makes them happy and all of that. But I'm pretty sad that I'm not really used to like not hanging out with him all the time, and it just kind of pains me a lot. But at least I got you, Cameron. I got
Understand.
Josh. I got other friends, and it makes me a bit more happy. So,
Hmm.
so
It's more of just a. It's kind of like a clock, though, with all of us,
yeah,
because we all. We're all like. We all. Obviously, we communicate, it's just not very well.
mm,
And in a way, we're like a clock. We keep ticking each other.
oh yeah, we
And
do.
then eventually, once the time passes, it's gone. And we can't get it back. So, like the friendship that we're all leading together. However,
Yeah,
it's more judgmental to actually call us friends because friends don't backstab each other for a quick pound.
I mean, friends do fight, but the friendship we're in, I mean, it's not like. To be honest, like if anyone's not realized, like me and Cameron have experienced a lot of things with other people, and really having to see Cameron more happier with his other friends, I realized this Cameron's lucky. He is such a lucky guy. I mean, I'm really good friends with other people, but the other type of
That's
friends
right.
I'm not as happy with. And the thing is that Cameron's like one of the people who's always there, and I'm pretty proud of him and all of that. Like he's a really good friend. I'm just really proud of him.
Hmm. Well, that goes that conversation.
Yeah. Let's move on. So
That's me.
we have.
God.
Bless you. We have.
That's me again.
Oh,
It's been
bless
a
you
while.
again. Um,
I got sneezes today.
we had a 2020 lockdown, but before that,
Continue.
there was news about this new virus. Now, Cameron, have you ever heard of this new type of virus before we actually went to a national lockdown? Like, when if you
The
have,
corona, yes,
what are your like
I
initial
knew
feelings on
about.
it?
Well, I didn't feel anything because when I was when I was younger, I used to always watch like those crime shows. And then when I was old enough, my parents said you can watch documentaries now. And by the time I was 10, I thought, why don't I watch one of those uh, cop comedies and drama kind of things?
Yeah.
And then one day I encountered um, on YouTube about it was in 2017 it was,
Hmm.
and the description was this old hag predicts that in 2020 there will be some deadly neurotoxin.
Oh, wow.
And then she goes on for about 10 minutes saying there's going to be a world-class virus, it's going to kill millions, we need to try now, if we bring this to context now, then we can stop it. And then she goes on for ages explaining it. And then eventually she says, please listen, in about 2020, almost around Easter, there'll be a world-class virus around. If we can stop it now by going into quarantine a bit earlier and stuff, we can avoid it.
Wow.
But no one listened to her, and then as soon as quarantine started, people just shit themselves because they realized that she was correct. They went to go talk to her, but she died to the coronavirus,
Oh,
so they couldn't get the answer out of her,
wow.
creating a world class issue now because of their stupidity.
It's amazing how like people are like having making these very accurate kind of these predictions, and it's just like, even though like you say you don't believe them, at least don't, and then it comes true, just don't blame yourself, because predictions here, it's not as accurate, because sometimes it can be true, it's just it's very unexpected.
Mm,
And the thing is that like having to have this COVID thing, it was so unaware, everyone was so unaware about it. And the thing is that
mm,
she was right. Like, no one believed her. But I wouldn't even blame the people who actually did not believe her, because there were so
yeah,
many videos about people saying the same thing, and then they were like, "Ah, it's just all a hoax. Like 2020 will be fine," and then they realized something, and it's fascinating. It's a
yeah,
really
it's just
fascinating
all
thing. Really fascinating. I mean, I don't know how predictions could be very.
really accurate or not as accurate. Like, in a way, The Simpsons, because they predicted quite a bit for
Oh,
people.
it did. Yeah, they did. Yeah.
They did predict that Donald Trump would become president,
Hmm.
and then they also predicted hundreds of other things,
Yeah. Um.
which is actually very scary and concerning.
Yeah, it is really concerning.
Mm.
Okay. So we have the pandemic and all of this and the lockdown. It's not going well. Let's like leave the pandemic out of the way. Let's just push it back, and then we'll try and talk about the good times. The things which you liked about when you were like little or something. So
Mm.
back in primary, um, have you ever had a thing where nearly the end of summer you'll have these rehearsals, like you have to perform something, like a show or anything, like back in primary school?
Do you sort of mean like when at the end of the year,
Yeah.
you have to show what you did beforehand and show
No,
what we did over the holidays?
no, it's like for example, um, I think it's like the nearly the end of year five in my perspective, where we did this rehearsal called the Pirates of the Curry Bean. It's so weird, and there's also like um I think I remember some sort of songs like Lumbago, The Island of Dreams, and all of this stuff like that. And it takes weeks and weeks to practice and practice. People are like shy, like stage fright and all of that. So what I mean is basically nearly at
Yes.
the around June or July, you have to like practice like as a whole class to like act and stuff. Like it's ridiculous, but because like I don't think anyone does not want to act in anything. So yeah.
Hmm. Well, that's very understandable on that.
Um.
But we never had to do anything like that. We always had to bring in like in a way, a token of what we did and what we had, and photos of what we did. So like a show and tell.
Oh, okay. Was that like all the
Except most of
years?
the time.
Most of the
It
time.
was for all of the years, but it was
Okay.
within our own personal tutors.
Oh, alright.
Because we knew that sometimes this kind of stuff could get embarrassing. So the school decided we can talk about it, but in tutors.
Alright.
And my school didn't always have a very good budget for certain things because they always put us on really cool trips to museums. I mean, one
Oh,
time they actually managed to hire us all to go to Paris for a day.
nice.
It took ages, but it was the year five retreat, and then year six, he said they can go to London, and we stayed at a very exclusive hotel.
That's cool. What did you
Mm.
do in London if you can't remember?
I can remember exactly. All we mainly, well, first of all, we were supposed to keep our bags on us, and we
Yeah.
thought that was the best, so we kept them with us. We had to take if I was right, it was a 3 hour train. So the entire year six and our head teacher, Mrs. Burnside, um, came with us along with Mrs. Rogers and Mrs. Smith, our year six teacher.
Yeah.
And what we did was we took the 3 hour quarry. So I brought in D&D because
Okay.
I still have that actually.
Yeah.
I just brought in Dungeons and Dragons. Mm. Hold on a sec.
Alright, we'll pause. Sorry guys. I just need to play with the um I just need to plan of what I have to do because I'm like running out of ideas. Like thinking about experiences and like rates and stuff. So what time is it? It is 12:47. Because you like start to lose my days, so it's a bit frustrating. Yeah, Deji lost We're on pause, by the way. Just we'll just pause. Let me check something. 1 second. Oh, whoops. Oh, microphone, microphone. There we go. It works. All right. Wow. All right. We're trying to add some more people to the podcast. Hopefully, Oliver. Cameron's the first guest, which is pretty good. Um, I'll try.
Right, there we go. I'm back now.
Okay. Hello. Where were we?
Oh, yes. So me and my friends all decided that we should bring in snacks. So I brought in, and
Okay.
I brought in Dungeons and Dragons for us all to play,
Yeah.
just to let the time pass.
Yeah.
And in the process, there was a phone charger, and the teacher said, if you want to watch something, plug in your phone, connect some headphones. And
Okay.
someone actually brought in headphones, and my friend actually brought in headphones for all of us. So
That's nice.
like a four headphone ports, then we could all hear it. So then one at a time, we all put on a show, and then I put on Doctor Who for a little bit, and then someone switched it to Lucifer. And
Oh.
while we're doing that, we still played D&D. And when we got to London eventually, spent a few minutes there. We then went a massive walk down. We went to a McDonald's, not for food, just to get a rain check, just to check that we're all okay, see if we
Yeah.
need anything to eat or drink for a quick second, just to
Yeah.
pull over and go to the toilet.
Okay.
Then after that, we took a 3 mile walk, which was actually not that bad because back then I actually had less weight. I actually had a few abs on me. Actually,
Okay.
really fit.
Alright.
Anyway, so then what we all did was we eventually walked to a M&M, the massive M&M store in London,
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah.
in the Central. And while we were passing it, there was there were certainly a few costumes. Someone was there. There was a few people dressed like Jigsaw, Pennywise,
Hmm.
and then there was someone dressed as a Dalek. And the teachers knew that I was a massive Doctor Who fan
That's
because
nice.
I used to always just talk about it, and a few
Yeah.
other people were as well. So they said, "Go and take a quick photo with the Dalek." So we took
That's good.
so we took a photo with the Dalek, and then after that we all went to this place called the Rainforest Cafe.
Oh.
There was a little gift shop at the bottom, but we didn't stay there. We went to the top bit where there's a restaurant, and we got told we did you have a retreat in year six as well?
Oh, we did. We had a couple. I don't know, but we did have some retreats.
Mm. It's just what we did was we before we went we had a menu to pick from for our food.
Okay. Okay.
It came on via the students' emails that we all made for ourselves. Because
Okay.
we thought because the school in year four thought it'd be a better idea if all the students had email, so then we could email them what they could do. So they
Alright.
emailed us the menus for about 5 different restaurants and cafes, and I picked for if I no I remember rightly, it was a hamburger with some chips, and the rest got something like macaroni, probably a bit of like lasagna. Yeah, there was lasagna. And then everyone went for. There was two options for the desserts. There wasn't that many. They also had an option for a side as
Okay.
well, and a drink and a beverage to go along with it. And I didn't realize I had the rule of a Weatherspoons, so I said, "Can I have a cup of coffee?" And then I wasn't allowed to leave the chair just to keep all of the students together, so then we don't lose them,
Okay.
which is a smart idea. But the teachers eventually said, Cameron, can you just go to the refill station yourself? And he said, actually, could I take someone with me just in case? And he said that, yeah, sure. So I took my friend Isaac with me, and because I was allowed to get a hot beverage. So for the first few bits, I got cups of coffee just to keep me a bit awake, and then my friend noticed that there was hot chocolates, and then I could also get free a bit of sprinkles and chocolate and stuff on it. So I got distracted there for half an hour. Not
Ah.
entirely, it's just for a little bit. And then me and my mate got a drink there, and then we came back, and then it was our desserts. Everyone got, yeah, the two options were jelly or ice cream.
Ice cream.
And the ice cream, it was just like one scoop. We were allowed to pick what it was, and it was
Uh,
like chocolate, strawberry, vanilla, the normal stuff.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And they said we regret picking the ice cream
What?
because we all had to pay. Quick thing, every student every two had to pay for it, so that was like a
Oh.
the trip entirely was £150, like
Wow.
£150. But
Jeez.
that was to pay for food, renovations,
Yeah.
and stuff like that,
All right.
which was quite not. It was actually quite cheap if you think about it. But I got the jelly because no one else got it, and I thought I'll just be the person who gets jelly. And they thought, oh, you're weird because you've gotten the one that we haven't.
That's
And
me.
the jelly, no, they were saying it as a joke,
Oh.
but the jelly, um, you know the ice cream parlors with those massive ice cream ones.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they put all of the jelly in there,
A what?
2 Mars bars to the side,
Cheese.
a tap of sprinkles and Maltesers on the top,
Wow.
and then to literally top it all off, they put a bit of ice cream on top. And
Cheese.
they all were just like, "Oh, we totally regret that." And then I didn't want the Mars bars because at the time I wasn't really that fan of nut products.
Okay.
I wasn't allergic, I just didn't like them as much. So
Alright.
I given them to my friends, and they all split it.
Uh-huh.
And then someone said, "Oh, can someone go get me a glass of water?" But they raised their hand to get the waiter, and apparently it was someone's birthday, and there was an elephant walking past,
Yeah.
and the elephant was a waiter, and it
Wow.
was so awkward for us because no one was scared of elephants. We all loved them. One of Isaac actually really adored elephants. He thought they were adorable, but he was in a man-sized elephant's costume,
Whoa.
and we all kept smirking because he said he was just so nervous, like he just met the Prime Minister and said "fuck you," and he was just like, "Can I have a glass of water?" And then instead he just hugged him, and then just because and then after that he said, "Yeah, sure," in a like a goofy way, but as a joke, they said, "Oh, this student wants another glass of water. Can you get him one?" And he pointed at me.
Whoa.
So I got hugged by an elephant. I never forget it. It was the creepiest thing in my entire life.
Are you still
And then
traumatized by it?
and I then pointed at the teacher's bit,
Oh.
and they went over.
Uh.
And then he
Wow.
went back and he got us a couple of glasses of water, and then in return I'd given him it back. I just,
Okay.
I just passed the glass to them two, and then after that we all left because we only had an hour in there. We
Okay.
then went because the school said we'll go get food. We'll then go tomorrow to go and see some articular culture, and then we went to go see you know that movie School of Rock.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We thought for the last part of the day we'll go there.
Mhm.
So that's what we did. We went to the School of Rock in
Yeah.
the opera,
Okay.
and there was ice cream serving, and we were allowed to take 50 quid with us. And
Oh.
I was a bit cheeky, so I took 60. I said I brought 50, and then I showed them the 50 and put the 60 in my back pocket.
Ah.
So then they couldn't see it, so then they believed me. Because then I could buy more stuff.
That's good.
And then in return, it was the pause bit in the opera where the who was playing the Jack Black when he pulled out his guitar. And then there was ice cream servings, popcorn, and a couple of beverages. And then I said, I'll just pay for everyone.
Mhm.
And they were just like, oh yeah, sure. And they said, what do you want? And they said, oh, can we have some? Can you get us a scoop of ice cream and a beverage?
So
And then
you
what?
so you paid
I
for
went to go
everyone.
pay,
Oh.
and since it was because the last time I went to an opera, the drinks and food was cheap. It was about £5
Wow.
because because the scoop of ice cream is massive, but it was a little tub. It was like a little bit. It was a little tub
Uh-huh.
with alongside a bit of like one sprinkle on it, and then also what I found was the fact that it was about a tenner for that and a drink,
Uh-huh.
which I found ridiculous. And I said, right, you owe me £10 altogether. Just like, what? And then I pulled the guy over and he said, how much was that again? And he said, oh, it was 10 quid. And then they all
What?
just shit themselves and they had to pass me £10 because I paid for them altogether. Then they
Oh.
all split a tenner and they given me it.
Oh. Well, at least you were generous of like paying for them, so that's good.
Yeah, they know I
Yeah.
get pissed off if they don't pay me in return. Then
Yeah.
after that we watched the rest of the thing and then we went back to the hotel for the night.
Okay.
And then it took them a little while just to go find it
Yeah.
because they couldn't find it properly. So eventually we had to walk the rest there. We got there on time. We then got changed and went to bed. But one of the students kept we had like a really cool co-teacher, and
Oh.
he was amazing. He like played loads of video games and stuff. And one day during the night, one of the students just kept saying, and he just asked him random fucking questions about Minecraft and Roblox
What
and
the heck?
Fortnite, and then just
What?
at the middle of the night, upon midnight, we were all. I was trying to get to sleep, so I plugged in my phone to put on an audiobook. It
Yeah.
was just the rest of Harry Potter because I watched it last because I was reading the rest of the audiobook.
Yeah.
And then I was just wondering what's going on, and then all I heard was him going, "So, sir, how do you make a sign?" And I was just like, "Jesus Christ, shut the fuck up!"
Aside of Minecraft.
Fucking Minecraft questions. And I was just like, "Well, mate, it's like we're trying to sleep here." And then at 1 a.m. he said it again, and then we all yelled at him, "Shut up!"
Wow.
And then he just eventually went to sleep. And in the morning, we all got ready to go. So then we all prepared, and then there was actually an all-you-could-eat buffet for breakfast.
Okay.
So then we all got that, and then we made a jokes about croissants. And then I got myself some cereal, a bit of a drink, and then the girls took 2 hours. I know,
Wow.
that's how I reacted. And eventually when they came out, we were just like, what the hell were you doing? We just like saying, we were putting on makeup, and then a while back we checked their bags, and there was just like, there's no makeup in there.
Oh.
So then we pulled them over when we were about to leave, and it was just like, there's no makeup, you lied to me. And then we were just like, do you really want to know the answer to that? And then I realised that I was just like, no, please don't say. Because I knew the answer wasn't going to end well.
Oh. Okay.
So
Wow.
then after that, we all walked down to the British Museum, which actually was quite nice. And then after that, we went to Parliament, the House of Parliament,
Yeah.
and the gift shop was open. So I bought one of those slinkies, a pen, notepad, and a train set.
Uh huh.
Don't know why I bought a train set. And then we went to the last restaurant that we were going to, and then the last place. Then train home at about 10. And it was a music one, which was actually I was surprised because I was just like, oh, this isn't gonna end well. And turns out it was a Elvis Presley restaurant.
Oh. Elvis
It
Presley
had
restaurant.
quite a few people in it, and it played their music, and it was people like Frank Sinatra actually,
Yeah.
Elvis Presley. Who else? Let me
Elvis
think.
Presley. Wow.
I think some of Seven Nation Army music.
Wow. Whoa. That's cool.
They paid for Elvis Presley's guitar. Well, I don't think it was real. They kept saying, "Oh, it's real," and I was just like, "It can't be." Because Elvis Presley always had like a really shiny guitar, and it had pure diamonds, and it didn't look like real diamonds.
Yeah. It would be really expensive if they actually did buy the real one.
I mean, the place altogether was really expensive,
Wow.
and then we were allowed to pick whatever we want from the menu for that. So I had the choice from multiple things, and then there was something called the Pretzley Burger,
Ooh.
and in my mind I was just like, this sounds weird, but for science. So the following second, I ordered it. Then after half an hour, they showed me it, and I think it was a 10-inch burger.
Uh-huh.
It was a massive 10-inch burger, shaped like Elvis Presley's guitar, and grilled on it was the words "Thank you very much."
Ah, thank you
But it
very
was more
much.
like "Thank you very much." Yeah,
Thank you very
it was
much.
like that. And I was just like, oh my god, that is the best burger I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, I was just like, oh god, I dread to think what everyone else ordered. And everyone else also ordered the Pretzely burger. I mean, you can't
Ah,
deny something that literally has the name Pretzely on it.
yeah.
Because we all just kept laughing, just like, Jesus Christ, out of everything
Ah,
for a burger. Then we got
jeez.
that, then we got a dessert, which was ice cream. Someone ordered, oh yeah, you know what? There's jelly. I'm gonna order it. They got a little piece of jelly, and everyone else got a massive piece of ice cream, and it was just like, oh, for God's sake!
Wow. Jeez.
And I just literally said to him, God's not
Ah. Uh-huh.
a bit.
Yeah.
I then had to go regroup. If I remember, we got stuck in a cafe for 5 minutes, and I ordered a drink.
Uh-huh.
And then we all ordered a little bit of a drink, a little quick sandwich. We then all set off again. And then after that, we all went past the Queen's house. And then there was a kid in a time. He wasn't special, but he was just really stupid.
Oh.
And then he whispered in my ear, so is the Queen rich or is she an idiot? And it was just like, what? I was just like, she's rich. And it was just like, why would you think she's an idiot? Because she's got a massive house. My house looks like that. And he lives in a bungalow.
Oh,
And it's like,
what?
it's not. It's really not. And then we all went down to the last place, which was meant to be the British Museum, but because it was too packed and we couldn't do that much, we all decided, well, the school had decided, and none of us were happy with it. We all went to a massive church. It was
Ah.
like some sort of church museum, and then someone said, "So, is this a church or a synagogue?" Because I think if I was right, he was questioning a lot of things randomly, and then he just said, "Oh well, no, this is a church,
Uh-huh.
but Jews go here sometimes as well, just to check the place out because they had some rare antiques there from the
Yeah.
BC times." And then he almost yelled out loud, but he said in kind of a high tone, so no one heard him, thankfully. But he just said, "So where's the mustard gas?" And I was just like, Jesus! I was just like, you
Whoa.
can't say that! And he was just like, why not? And I was just like, are you kidding me? World War Two? You can't say that! And then, if you see a Jewish person, I'm gonna fucking kill you. Because I know he's just gonna randomly go, so, how did you enjoy World War Two?
Oh, jeez.
He was a Sometimes he was an idiot, and then sometimes he was really smart.
Oh,
But most of the time he was idiotic.
very. Alright. Um, so you had a really good. It sounds like you really had an enjoyable retreat. You went to restaurants. You stayed at a hotel. Like it's better than what I had to experience and all of that. Um, we
Mm.
also had a um year seven activities week. So if anyone's not
Oh
unaware
yeah, you did. Quite honest.
well we had the activities week. We didn't really have one year eight because of the pandemic, so yeah, that kind of swept out. Hopefully we have one like this year, so that'll be pretty cool.
Mm.
During activities week, we will be like given like activities, of course. Like I think I remember we had a hunt for something, like find some parts and all of that. And I remember when I you know where the benches are, and then the which is literally
Oh yes, of
yeah,
course. When we got the cameras,
yeah,
which I for some reason only knew how to operate, and everyone else didn't for some fucking reason.
yeah, and there was like a table tennis court, and basically we saw some. I think it was like with me and a couple people. There was these two year nines or year tens who were playing table tennis, and there was a teacher who shouted at them saying like, "Why are you not participating?" I was like, "We are. We're just part of a group." Like, no, it doesn't look like you are. So they've got a detention, and we were so scared. Like we were like doing nothing, and then we just like saw a teacher. I don't know who it was. It was someone, and they got shouted at because they weren't even doing the activities. Um, I remember we
Ah.
also went to a castle. Now, thing
Oh
is,
yeah, I remember.
during activities week, oh
I was
god.
heavily drunk.
Basically, my friend Josh, yeah, I'm gonna say this. My
Ah.
friend Josh told me something. He dared me to do something. It wasn't really that like serious, but it was really embarrassing. He told me this. Ask out Casey. Now it was like I'm not gonna do that,
As
and it was like okay, just still ask her out. So I was like, you know what, I will. So he kept annoying me, and basically I did, and when we were in the castle, Josh was okay. See you, Neil. And it was just me and Casey, and then I saw Josh like behind the wall, while me and Casey were alone. I was like, Casey, will you go out with me? And she was so confused, like, wait, what the hell? Wait, what? So when I was like, I was just kidding. She nearly had a heart attack, and then Josh came in, and I was like, it was all a joke. It's all a joke. So it was
just a prank,
hilarious.
bro.
um, activities week was good. You have a lot of
I went out,
stuff.
I kept going in the out of bounds section. I was playing
Oh,
hide and seek, and then someone said, "Oh, I dare you to go in the out of bounds section." And then I said, "I'll do it for a fiver." And then because he knew I was gonna do it no matter what he said,
yeah.
and then he just said, "No, I won't."
Uh,
I mean, I was in the bit, you know, the part in the castle, the top bit which you're not allowed to enter.
oh yeah.
Yeah, I took a screenshot of me in there.
Oh my
I'm
god.
not very good with this kind of stuff.
Wow. What else want to talk about? Oh, um, what else did you do during activities week?
If I remember, no, bowling was because we won.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah. Wait. Yeah, yeah. I
we had the
remember.
bowling alley.
Uh-huh. Um.
Yeah, only L&E had it, and then everyone else could just suck it.
Wow. Thanks. So we did you like go to a forest like during activities week? Or you had some.
For well, we went to a well. Oh no, yeah, we did. We went to the one that I always go to. Was when I was a kid. We go to, well, all of us went there. But when I was a kid, I used to always go to that little park,
Yeah. Oh.
forest part.
Okay.
Do you mean the one in Sheldon?
I don't know, but I
That
was
was.
thinking about the forest and like literally by Durham, like the city. There was a forest, like there's a lane, but there's like a bridge, and there's like a up like some sort of stairway, which leads to like some sort of forest. We took the long route.
Oh no, wrong one. I
Yeah.
thought you were talking about the forest in Sheldon, the massive one that everyone goes to in primary for some reason. But no, the one I know which one you're on about. The one in the back half of Bear Park's
Oh yeah,
um,
yeah.
running lane.
I remember when
That's
we had a wait. Sorry, what?
it's just the fact that I remember now because all of us went there for
Oh.
the entire year group, and we all had to build a den. But instead, I just went on my phone.
Oh. Oh,
I mean,
makes
we built the
sense.
den like an hour ago, and then we were
Yeah.
just like, nah, we'll go on our fucking phones.
I remember when we went. I think I was like it's back in year 7. Mr. Coon, a lot of people went, and I remember when Ian was swearing when the teacher was there, and I kept telling him stop. And we were like going down and all of that. We were really exhausted. We decided to have a sit down on the gravel. We decided to go to the toilet, went back, and then we decided to go to a forest. Now, the thing is that we had they were like, "Don't be too loud" and all of that. And then we were shouting "Ooga Booga" out loud in the forest. So it
Oh,
was like I was with Josh, Will, Harry, and Casey, and we were all shouting "Ooga Booga" against some people in R, and we were basically building a den and like looking like we were battling out. And I remember when like me and Josh were going through this like pathway or something. It was a really cool thing though. It's really cool.
mm,
Um,
Jesus.
it's a lot of things.
Well, good job.
That was a really good talk. What time is it? It is.
We
Yeah,
started the podcast at 11. It's been 2 hours.
yeah. All right. We'll stop it there because we're running out of ideas. We'll try and attract some more guests if we can. But yeah, thank you everyone. Only two people. The two people who are watching. Thank you. to Yeah, I think that's what we'll enjoy. We'll try and bring in where the hell's the chat? Fo- yeah, alright. Thank you. I'll try and bring on two people, hopefully. Most likely be like Harry and Sophie. Yeah, alright. Subscribe. Peace. And also, if you really want to participate in the podcast, you can either download the PS app to chat through, or you can be able to get my phone number. And yeah, or you can just download the you can also yeah. Oh, download the yeah. Yeah, so but for real, if you really want to participate, download the PS app or just I'll just get your phone number and we'll just talk through the PlayStation. So make sure to subscribe. Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much. Bye bye.